So it's me, Mama Athens, and I have a story for you. I would like to preface the story by saying, just because I do something doesn't mean I expect you to do it. So, as you might know, and probably have guessed, I like making things, and I like selling those things that I made. So every now and again, a couple times a year, I go to this bazaar. It's a really nice, small bazaar, just me and a couple nice old ladies. And so this year, when I went, it was pretty quiet for the most part, but a couple hours after everyone had set up, there was a lady that had walked into our bazaar area, and she was acting a little strange. I'm sure you guys have seen people who act a little strange, and so we tried to, be accepting, not say anything. But she started picking things up off of people's tables and not paying for them, which obviously is frustrating. There's a lot of people that spend a lot of time making these things. And one of the particular ladies that she picked something up from was a friend of ours, me and my father's. He was with me, and he happened to actually be by the booth at the time. And so when the lady picked the thing up off the table, he confronted her and said, "Hey, you have to pay for that." Because our friend was obviously in a little bit of distress about her stuff being picked up and the girl trying to leave. And so she sprayed perfume in his eyes. Yes. Thankfully, it didn't bother him too much. He was fine. But this obviously made him upset. So he took the thing, set it down, and was trying to tell her that she should leave. But obviously she didn't listen. She walked away. And I went, and she grabbed the stuff off of her table again. And so I went over and talked to our friend and said, "Hey, are you okay?" And she said, "Well, I'm fine, but she just took my stuff." And so, naturally, wanting to help her, I went over and I tried to talk to this lady. I was like, "Hey, you can't do that." But she started talking to me in such a disrespectful way. She was saying how we were demons and how she would never let her kids in here. And this lady didn't look like she had no kids. Uh, so all I was seeing was this lady's backpack, which had a handle on it. A nice big handle. So I grabbed it and I started dragging her out of the bazaar. And as I'm dragging her out, my dad actually grabs the thing that she had taken and puts it back on the table where it belongs. Now at this point, my godfather saw what was going on, and this lady was trying to hit me. She couldn't hit me. She was about a foot shorter than me, so her arm span was not as long as mine. And so he tries to separate us, thinking that there's a fight going on when there isn't. And it's at that point when my father actually takes all of them out of the room and to the road, and he stops at the edge of the property and is about to leave when she tries to punch him. Now, she had no balance at all, because as soon as she tried to take a swing, she fell on the ground. And my dad kind of looked at her and said, "You shouldn't do that." And then he came back in and everything calmed down for a while. Until later when someone reported that she was laying in the road pretending like she got hit. She didn't. We saw her later that day and she was walking down the road. So the moral of this story is basically you should not be rude to people and try and steal from them. You especially shouldn't be rude and then call them demons and act like they're horrible people because they want you to pay for the things that they are selling. I want all of you to know that what I did wasn't right either, and that if you are in a situation like that, you should be careful and not combative with someone who could possibly try and hurt you. So, long story short, crazy lady tried to steal from us and we weren't having that. Have a nice day and be decent humans, please.